Hey YouTube, it's your boy Shane, and I'm back today.
And your girl Laura.
We're gonna get into. I haven't introduced you yet. Today I wanted to do a video about, I guess, what it's like dating a witch from a non-witch perspective. And so I have my girlfriend Laura here, and you tell the nice people your name, your pronouns, how long we've been dating.
Well, my name is, you just told them my name. My name is Laura, if you missed the first 3 times. My pronouns are she and her. And we've been dating a little over a year now.
A year and
18 days.
18 days?
Yeah.
But who's counting?
You are, obviously.
And where we met, and how I swept you off your feet, etc., etc. Which is very queer friendly and very cool. So they're not paying me to say that, but they could. Okay, Cupid, if you're paying attention, I will take your money. Yeah, so I guess I just wanted to, I'm gonna probe the depths of your mind about what it's like.
All right.
From an outsider's perspective. So, do you remember the disclosure? Like, do you remember the first time I told you I was a witch and what your reaction to that was?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I've had other partners or partner that was into Wicca, and like she wasn't a witch, but she, knew about it, and I always thought it was very interesting, and and when you told me, I thought it was pretty cool. And that was easy. Like,
my work was half done because you had some background information already. Like, I didn't have to start from like point zero and explain basic concepts to you because, and you had lived with her for a little while, right?
A couple years, yeah.
Yeah, so you were kind of well versed at that point. So like, I didn't have to start off with a very, very like chapter 1. This is what it is. This is what it isn't. So
yeah, so I know a little bit about it already.
Yeah, that made it easier on me for sure. Do you remember where we were? Like the circumstances? We were in the bookstore. It was our first date. It was absolutely our first date. Yeah,
oh,
we were walking around.
I knew it was
the
our first
bookstore.
date. Yeah.
And we were like kind of wandered past like the spirituality, New Age section, and I was like, "So, what's your relationship to organized religion? And what do you think about this and that?" And because, to me, like it's such a big part of my life at this point that like if a prospective partner isn't going to be okay with it, then they're not the person for me. So like.
Right.
I don't necessarily have to date someone who's pagan or Wiccan or witchy or whatever, but like they have to understand that I am, and that, again, it's pretty important to me, and, I'm not going to blow off a coven meeting to go hang out or to go on a date or to go to dinner or whatever.
Yeah, and I remember you telling me that was such a big part of your life, and that, you had commitments, and you told me that every other Friday, every 2 weeks, you had your coven meeting, and I respected that, and I respect that. I think it's a great, and it's really cool. I think it's really interesting, and I've learned a lot. In the time I've been dating you, I've learned a lot more about it, and I think it's a good thing, great thing.
Oh, you're so sweet. I remember a little bit of that conversation. I remember explaining like, my coven is just about as close to me as my family, and if anyone called from the coven at 3:00 in the morning and had an emergency, like my shoes would be on and I'd be in the car, no questions asked. And you, like, I think I remember like that making an impression on you, and you were like, oh, okay, and but yeah, no, I believe in telling people early and ripping off that Band-Aid, because like I said, there's no use wasting either one of our time if it's going to be a problem later on, and before you get me naked, because I've got some back tattoos that would require a lot of explanation. Symbols on my back that like the last thing you want is like you're having sexy time and like you get all undressed and then someone leaps out of bed pointing and screaming and like, oh my god, you're a Satanist, and you're like, no. So I disclosed that pretty early. So well, you didn't have any like apprehension or there was nothing you were worried about? There was nothing
Not really, no, because I'm a very open person, and I believe in everyone has their right to live, have their religion, their beliefs, their lifestyle. I mean, I never had any apprehensions about it.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't seem like you did, but
No.
you know, you could have just been saying that to get into my pants, and
You figured me out. Yes.
you know, maybe you had some concerns and you just didn't voice them at the time. I don't know. So
No, I didn't, honestly.
good,
Yeah.
good. It's good to know that you know you were straight up.
Speaking of, show off your shirt.
Oh yeah,
The shirt that she...
that's
I got it.
That's how supportive she is. This was my Yule / Christmas gift last year,
Yes.
and this pendant was my anniversary
Gift.
About, like, your religious background, or even your spirituality.
It's all over the
currently.
place. I grew up Catholic. I was raised in a Catholic family. My dad went to church every Sunday. I went with him. So yeah, I have a Catholic upbringing. Once I hit my teens, actually before my teens even, I started going to a Pentecostal church. You know, high school was very hard for me, so my friends were in this youth group. So, you know, high school I was bullied. High school sucked. So, you know, this youth group and going on like trips, like on conventions and retreats was really fun. And at the time, yeah, it was very,
I mean, I think that's natural to look for like that community and that belonging and that.
And at the time, yeah, I was very like, you know, praise Jesus and all that stuff, you know, and. But
you know, I find that hilarious today, right?
Yeah,
like so many years later.
I'm a completely different person. But I even remember then, when I was in the church and during like their services or the rallies, the pastor would start talking about like what's sin, and he would start talking about homosexuality being a sin, and I never thought that ever.
Good thing.
Yeah, no, but I really even when I was in high school and I was like boy crazy or whatever, I never thought it was wrong. I remember thinking that when people would say that about homosexuality being wrong and a sin and all that. I never had that thought.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I went to a Pentecostal church for a while. Then I kind of lost my faith in that. Like, I never lost my faith. Like, I do have beliefs. Like, I do have, I guess, Christian beliefs, but I don't practice at all. Like, I don't remember the last time I went to church. It's been a long time. But at the same time, though, I've always been very open about other people's, like I was saying earlier, their beliefs and their lifestyle and what. So, and I remember, you know, I was always intrigued by Wicca and I don't know about witchcraft. I didn't really know too much about that. Like you've actually taught me a lot, like about that.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. But like as far as like Wicca and the beliefs of like being one with the earth and nature, and then when I was with my first partner who was interested in that, we went to a lot of Beltane festivals.
Oh yeah, so we went to Beltane.
Yeah, we went to a couple of them, and they were fun. I remember doing the maypole, and that was really cool. And so yeah, so as I got more into it, you know, I got more intrigued by it, and I think it's really cool.
What I think is really funny is, so there is a member of my coven who is also a former Pentecostal Christian.
Oh yeah,
and in a lot of ways, Wicca, and particularly our tradition, seems to be a good fit for this person because they have that background in like that ecstatic, like you mentioned, speaking in tongues, and that, you know, that's all they wanted, was that feeling of oneness with the divine, feeling that like, you know, that the divine had come down and was, you know, kind of, for lack of a better word, possessing them, and like, you know, just that like ecstasy of the spirit. And I think that's what a lot of our rituals are aimed at, kind of like that reunion with, you know, the creator, whatever you perceive him, her, it to be. So it's funny. I wonder, like, I know a lot of, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
So far, have there been any drawbacks to dating a witch? Anything you'd change?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Good.
Why? There's things you haven't told me yet?
Good. You passed the test. No, what about any surprise benefits? Anything that you have gotten out of it by proxy?
You can put hexes on my enemies.
But I guess that's true. Like you could always make a magical request of me and or my coven. Right. You know, it doesn't have to be necessarily like anybody screwing with you that you want to see taken out to the curb, but like, hey, I'm gunning for this promotion. Can you help me, give me a boost? Or like, you know, any of your other goals, or like, you know, because you write music and you know, you've started performing and you write a lot of poetry and you're on the SoundCloud and Spotify and TikTok and all that, you know. So like anything like, oh, can you help the right people find my music and find me. And, you know, I guess that is one benefit of dating a witch. Like, you know, you get to, you're like, can you put in a good word for me?
Yeah.
Light them candles. And
that's a good point. I didn't think of that.
Okay. Any other thoughts? Anything you want to add? Any advice that you have for anybody who's like maybe afraid to get into a relationship with a witch, or afraid to, I don't know, whatever, like.
Yeah, just, you know, if it's something, you know, make sure it's something that you're completely comfortable with.
Yeah.
Make sure it's something that, you know, you would understand that it's a big part of that person's life. You know, it's not just a hobby for them. It's, you know, it's a big.
No, I feel the same way, where like, if you really genuinely care about someone, you want what's best for them. You want what fulfills them. You want what makes them happy.
You'll love every part of them, even if it's something that you personally haven't done or haven't experienced with.
Yeah.
You know, like, I know with me, you don't. I'm trying to think of like my wrestling. You don't know it. Well, you used to watch wrestling, right?
When I was a
long time ago. Like,
80s.
I love wrestling. I watch wrestling. Wrestling's a big part of me. I watch.
She comes over and she's like, "Oh, it's Monday night, whatever. Yeah. We got to put wrestling on," and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. So I
sure.
guess that's one thing. Like, you know, at the wrestling, you know, witchcraft. So, you know, it's that's a good example.
That's a great analogy. I'm going to use
wrestling and witchcraft. Yeah. We can make our own podcast called. I'll talk about wrestling called Wrestling and Witchcraft. With
that might have a very, very small audience. Like, that might be a very niche market.
Probably.
But I'm into it. But no, yeah, I definitely appreciate that. So thanks for agreeing to be on my channel.
Yep.
And then so you should plug all of your YouTubes and your TikToks and your whatever you've got. Yes.
I do have a YouTube channel. It is so I make on Spotify. One of them just hit 1K streams. So my YouTube channel is Bonfires.
I'll link it below. Don't worry.
Yeah, you put a link. There you go. And then I'm on SoundCloud. I'll tell her the links, and you can put in your description SoundCloud. But yeah, I'm on everything: Spotify, Apple
Music,
Amazon, even Napster. That's still around. I had no idea.
Napster's still a thing. Who knew?
Yeah. So
you remember when you would like download a song and wait like 17 hours, and then like somebody would pick up the other phone and the extension, and then like you would lose your dial-up signal, and then the song wouldn't finish. And I'm really showing my age, but it's all good.
Yeah. So yeah, if you like hip hop music, or I mean, it's not all hip hop. I delve in different styles of pop and some synth wave. Actually, a couple of my songs have like a vibey, futuristic kind of sound to it. So yeah, check me out, and hope you like it. Bonfires.
Thanks for watching.
All right.